Green. I'm presenting the project SquareOne. SquareOne is a service that will operate as a resource hub for learning to code. Its primary features are appeal to beginner coders. In a situation like a hackathon, those who haven't learned to code before can be overwhelmed by how many languages, services, and ways to learn them there are. We have created a simple survey to help beginners overcome choice paralysis and get started learning to code based on the type of coding they're interested in, what type of course/learning they want, and what project they want to accomplish. Our whole idea is prototyped in XD, which allows me to work with the elements as you would in Adobe Illustrator or other graphic design programs, which is much easier than coding. So we do have a few features that we were not able to include in our final project in Adobe XD, mainly being our pages for each language, which would include services that you can code that language with, various documentation and good resources to start off with, and some good course recommendations, as well as a brief description of what the language is used for. One part that we weren't able to include in our final design was providing more of like a resource hub for all of these different services and languages that are available to new programmers and old programmers alike.
My name is Trenaman, and I'm going to be over the process we used to develop our app, as well as showing you the website. So to make this app, we used React and the CSS framework Bulma. Our code is written to be extensible, meaning we could add more questions or sort by different properties in the future. An example of this is adding multi-select fields to our forms. This means that if we wanted to, say, let a user select multiple learning types, we could then recommend them multiple learning courses in the future. Another thing we have is using a class for our questions and answers, letting us use a standardized format and reducing the amount of code we have to write in the long run. The live site, which is deployed to GitHub Pages and is available at hackolearning.github.io. The website contains recommendations for each combination of answers. From the start, we're able to use tooltips to look at different explanations for different types of software. So if I select game, video learning, and abstract coding, I'll be recommended the Scratch language and a video tutorial on how to make a jumping game. If I click on our SquareOne logo, I'm able to go back to the start of the form and then select a different set of answers. So if maybe I select websites, courses, and high level, I'll be shown HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and I'll also be recommended the free Code Camp web development course. Thank you for watching. This has been SquareOne.